Operation Sunrise, both the Sunrise 1 and 2 were huge successes, particularly for us, the second, the Sunrise 2, because this was probably the first time when the militants got a beating in a very big way. And this may be one of the reasons why the insurgency levels have also gone down after that. Like I said earlier, in the last 8 to 10 years, the levels of insurgency violence have come down drastically. But it's not just insurgency that we have to be looking at. There are other issues also of ethnicity, of people identifying more with themselves. I see us not just looking at insurgency, but also tackling internal disturbances in a big way. When we say of insurgency levels going down, we are talking of our side in the northeast. But across in Myanmar, you are well aware that there are close to 35 major militant groups who are fighting the Myanmar army. So there, truly speaking, the violence levels haven't ebbed as much as it has here. But yes, today you have a different situation in Myanmar where there are other forces also which have risen. They're fighting the Myanmar army. What you also said about some of the factions like Arakan Army, etc., interfering in a Kaladan project, yes, that was the case. But today, somehow we've been able to overcome all that. You have the Situe port, at the Situe port, our minister, Honorable Minister, going very soon. So in times to come, this will not be a major hindrance. And the results will speak for themselves as we go ahead.
Just to flesh out that idea of yours now, if insurgency levels continue to ebb downwards, then what's the future role of the Assam Rifles?
Before looking into the future, you also need to look into what we did in the past. And let me restrict myself to what we did post-independence.
Sure.
Because we are a 188-year-old force, I'll not touch upon what we did in the world wars, etc. But after independence, in the 62 war, cutting across whichever valleys in Arunachal in the northeast, whether you start from Tawang, come to Subansiri, Siang, Siom, or even Loit Valley. In all these valleys, the soldiers who bore the brunt of the Chinese offensive were the Assam Rifles, because we were at the absolute front. Which means we have been with the Indian Army fighting against the Chinese since the 60s. And then, of course, insurgency, when it started in the 1955, 56, there onward, we've been fighting shoulder to shoulder with the Indian Army. So going forward tomorrow, if there is a problem on the northern borders, we will be fighting alongside as well as we did earlier also. So that's a major role which I see in future.